Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is where I talk about the coins that I find and their history, and the crafts that I do that are also coin related. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is CJ's Coins. This is episode number 3 of World Coins. I have 10 more coins out that we will be going over. So let's jump right in. First one is this one right here, which is a Queen Elizabeth II. This is actually a Jamaica half penny from 1959. This is made of nickel brass. There was about 960,000 minted. As far as the rarity scale, again, the rarity scale is based off a scale of 1 to 100, 1 being most common, 100 being most rare. This lands at 16. So this is still a fairly common coin, although it's headed towards not so common, probably because of the date. All right, second coin. This one is a very small one. This is made out of aluminum. This one is from India. This one is a 1966 one pesa. I think I'm saying that right. Again, this is from India. This is made out of aluminum, and there's 404 million of these minted. There's a couple of varieties of this one. I had to look this one up based off of the lions that you see. There's different variations of the lions, the two opposite ends, as far as what they look like in the detail. So the rarity on that one is a 7. This one right here is a 1 Sentinel from Panama. There you can see the back of it from 1967. There's the front. Really interesting coin. I like that it's got a lot of detail on the back, and very plain on the front. There was about 7.6 million minted of that particular one. It's made out of bronze, and it's got a rarity scale of 6. Alright, we should be getting into New Zealand. This is a 1967 from New Zealand. This is a 5 cents. It's got the iguana on it. This one, I actually found out that there are varieties of this particular one as well. That go on the right hand side here. There are varieties that do not have this edge of the ocean on the right hand side. Those are more rare than this particular one, which is just a normal strike coin. Again, this is a 1967 5 cents from New Zealand. Alright, this is a 1969. See if I get it focused here. Here we go. 1969. This comes from Portugal. Really interesting ship on the front. This is one of the only ones that I've ever seen that is not just a straight monetary. It's called a 2.5 escudo. And you can see it's divided out. So this is the only coin that I know of in my collection that has not a whole number value assigned to it. So this particular one, as I said, comes from Portugal. There's about 10 million of these minted. This particular style is made out of copper nickel, and was only minted from 1963 to 1985, and they have a rarity index of 4. This is 25 cents. This is a 1970 25 cents. This comes from the country of Bermuda. This coin has Elizabeth II portrait on the front, and then a bird with 25 cents 1970 on the back. I really like this one. I actually found this one again in a coin bin, and the overall look of the fields of it was really kind of interesting because there's no major things, no major damages, other than just being a foreign coin. There's really nothing wrong with it. There was about 1.5 million of these minted. This particular design. This happens to be the first year of this design from 1970 to 1985. The rarity index on this is 10. This also is in 1970. This is a 5 cents. There we go, 5 cents. This comes from the country, the Netherlands. Portrait on the front, date and denomination on the back. So this one, there was about 22 of these minted. They used these from 1950 to this design from 1950 to 1980. It's made out of bronze, and there are two major varieties based off of where the 19 is set. There is this variety, and I don't know if you guys can see this is a little rooster right here. The other variety has the 19 further over towards the rim, away from the rooster. So there are two major varieties of this particular coin, just placed just where the 19 is set on the coin. This one is a 10 new pence from 1971. You can see the lion, the royal, and number 10, the new pence. This comes from Great Britain. There was about 63 million of these minted. This particular design was used from 1968 to 1981. It's made out of copper nickel. And the rarity index on this particular one is 4. Alright, we have a 1972 5 centavos. This comes from Argentina. You can see Argentina on the top right there. There was about 84 million of these minted. This particular design was used from 1970 to 1975. And it's made out of an alloy with aluminum and magnesium. So I thought that was kind of an interesting mix in alloys. Generally, gold coins will be in either copper, nickel, bronze, or aluminum. Sometimes brass, depending on the country. But those are generally the high ones. This is kind of an odd mix as far as what I found. And that has a rarity of 8. This particular one comes from Trinidad and Tobago Islands, 1975, and this is the smallest denomination. This is a 1 cent. This has got a little hummingbird on it. I think this is a really neat coin. Kind of a basic design, but yeah, it's still really interesting as far as the history of these coins. So there was about 10 million of these minted. This design was used from 1974 to 1975, and it's made out of bronze. And it has the second highest rarity on this list, which is 14. The only other higher was the first one, the 1959 halfpenny from Jamaica. So that is our 10 coins for this round. I want to thank you for coming and watching the video. Please like and subscribe, enter some comments down below, and I will see you guys on the next set.